You said we are ready. Is that right? I got to turn your microphone on. We are ready.
Yes, we are. Oh, big difference there.
Yeah, well, when the mic's on, it works that way. Okay, the weather makes me want to sing.
Oh, me
Hey,
too.
hey, we're the monkeys with the song entitled "No Mo Snow." Or how about a verse of "Do Singing in the Rain"? Can you do that?
Oh, I won't do that to
Do.
anybody this morning. No,
If you're one of
no.
those folks who like snow, cool. Send me the largest Ziploc bag you've got, and I'll happily mail you a bag full wherever you are. But please enclose shipping and handling charges. It's again Hump Day, the middle of the traditional 5 day work week. Not sure how much work was done by the masses for the first part of this week. Assuming y'all got paid not to work. How about those fellow employees who were deemed essential folks who had no choice but to work?
Uh-huh.
They got paid. You got paid. They worked. You didn't. Kind of makes you want to get reclassified as non essential, doesn't it?
Most definitely.
Uh-huh. Good Wednesday. Hope you're not recovering from self inflicted wounds playing in the mess of a winter wonderland. I'm Rayford
Mm.
Brown. Welcome to Live and Local Real Talk.
And good morning. I'm Lee Barrels, and I'm just so happy to be out of the house.
Yeah, the cabin fever was wearing
Was
on you, wasn't it?
starting to wear on me, yes.
I
Very much
understand.
so.
I'm glad to have most of the team, or part of the, well, most of it, 2/3 of the team
Two
here.
thirds of the
Yeah,
team.
we're back here. So Chris is out there. I hope he wasn't on his way driving in and got sidelined.
No, we
Oh,
would have heard. The roads are much better this morning.
uh-huh.
They're mostly just wet. There are some patches of snow and slush, a little bit of black ice here and there. I will say I was entirely impressed with what little bit of traffic that was on the road this morning, driving slow.
They were scared.
Nobody passed me.
They heard about that 100 or more wrecks
Oh,
in
yes.
Onslow County during this
Still last
mess.
night.
Yeah, it's still happening. And someone it's cloudy right now. By the way, it looks like completely overcast. I
Yes.
did not know it was this dark, but it is actually pretty dark out there.
Yes.
We still got snow on the ground. We got, and
Yep.
a lot of that snow was melting yesterday and melted on the surface around here. Then when I walked out later on, as it started turning cold again, it was a crunch, crunch, crunch. You stepped down and it
Yeah.
sounded like branches breaking under your feet.
Now it's much. Some of my neighbors, God bless them, the day after the snow hit, they were out there shoveling their driveways, and I'm like, why?
Shoveled the walk out from here to there, and I had things to do. We also had some repair
I
work to
heard
get
about your
done.
dome damage.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a shape. That was a mess.
I made enough space out one of the back doors for the dogs to go.
Hmm.
And my little dog would go out, and the snow was higher than he is. And he'd go out there and play. I don't know, get back, get back. The
Yeah.
other dog was their tread marks at the door where he came to a
Mhm.
screeching halt. He was like, nope.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Got to say thank you to my wife, May. 'Cause
Yes, thank you, Robbie.
she sat in for the last couple of days and kept me from throwing things and beating up the Facebook computer and the YouTube computer. We got to have to rearrange that thing to get those to pop up together or on different monitors or
Yeah,
something.
we can do that. I can put them all on a stream where you hit one button, everything pops up.
Well, that would be good.
Yeah, I'll have to go to StreamYard to do it. So
Whatever you
I've
got to
looked
do.
at it and I'm like, yeah, okay. And I was going to do it, never have. Last night I worked on Chat GPT caricatures for us.
I
That'll
don't know
be,
what that is.
yeah, well, you'll know when I send it to you.
Oh God.
Um, and just different things like that. We absolutely need to do some upgrades.
I looked at a bunch of stuff. I did some stuff on this team of thingamabobber that used to be Skype,
Team group, yes. I don't like
and
teams.
huh?
I don't
I
care
don't
for
like it,
it.
but I got some stuff that we need to do because we don't have Skype anymore.
Right.
And Skype was a really good friend of mine
I liked
when
Skype.
I could get out there, not just for the daily stuff, but when we would take the show on the road. Well, if this thing works, because Robbie had to set up something, and I was involved with helping her test it first, that she had to do yesterday. So on team, and I have sent Microsoft some not kind reviews because they keep asking. And don't ask me if you don't want the truth. If you want the truth about how bad it is, I'll be glad to tell you.
Right.
So,
right.
and I did, and they haven't responded, of course.
Right. No, they don't. They generally don't
read that crap. They
respond.
just put it in their file somewhere.
They probably do. They probably just delete. Because I know in the past I've sent some stuff, and when we ended up going on to the Teams after they shut Skype down, and then you get the little pop up. How do you like Teams?
It sucks.
Well, that's basically what I said.
Pretty much what I'm saying.
If I go to send you all a picture, and it's in my phone, I have to go to Teams through our group, open that up. Then I have to go add media. Then I have to go to my phone, manage your photos. I have to click on that. I have to hit that one picture I want to send, come back out, then go back into Teams again, hit the It's just a pain in the rear.
Yeah, and if you get a phone call during the middle of that, well, you're screwed then. Okay, first up, we're getting back to a reasonable state of normal.
Oh, yes.
I'm not sure that's a good thing. Road folks will continue to make sure all of the ice is gone. That's for sure. Those guys have been out there plowing and scraping and doing everything else that they can do. They can't put those blades all the way down. These are not snow plows. These are things that they use for road graders. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that stuff moves dirt and gravel and whatever.
True.
If they put it all the way down, they would be scraping up the pavement. Then they'd have to put new pavement down. Asphalt, so whatever. They've been, to me, as far as I'm concerned, they've done a remarkable job. So it's good. The city's done the same thing with some of the city streets. Out here, they had one lane carved out in the middle of the road. I say, at least you won't get a ticket for driving left to center because you're driving in both of them.
Sure.
So it was there. All of the ice will be gone with some help from Mother Nature. A warm rain will take care of that. Just remember, if it freezes overnight, all that warm rain has a possibility of becoming ice. And that ice on top of black asphalt is the reason it's known as black ice. All you see is what you think is black asphalt. Well, no, it'll be your fault that is in trouble if you do that, because it will be. That's what asphalt's all about. Onslow, who we got here?
It's Charlie. Charlie. Good morning, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie, what's up?
There's 300 million people in the United States of America.
I know we got their numbers. We got every one of their numbers too.
We have you tagged.
How are you guys?
We're doing good. How
We're
about
recovering from snow that we'll be glad to send you some if you would like.
I miss you guys.
Well, sometimes it's good to be missed. I have been missed on several occasions, and it was good. Not like you're talking about.
So I haven't watched your program in maybe the last 2 or 3 months. You guys know that I have a job. I explained it to you. So you guys doing well? Just the same old stuff?
Same old stuff.
How are you?
Same old stuff.
We're
recovering from 13 inches of snow, which we don't ever get 13 inches of snow in 13 years.
True.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Is it just like a massive, winter, massive avalanche of snow in your state, your city?
Well, in the city here, we had what is called a coastal low pressure system that moved off of the coast with some really cold temperatures. Some of them we had was 7 degrees or 9 degrees here, I think.
Right.
But we had some extremely cold temperatures, and this storm that moved off the coast, this low pressure system, became a storm. It has circular patterns. It looks much like a hurricane. People who live along the coast, up and down the entire eastern seaboard, they've referred to these things as nor'easters forever. And it's like a hurricane, but did not have names for them in the past, but they had a name for this one, Gianna or something. Gianna.
It came from across the state, and then there was one system that come up the coast too, and combined and just slapped us silly.
Yeah.
We're a beach town. We don't do that. Very seldom see snow, and if we do see snow, an inch maybe?
Yeah,
2
just
inches.
A dusting is normal.
Or a dusting. Well, we got dumped on over the weekend. Dumped on.
Yeah. Well, there were a couple of days that didn't get above freezing. Several
True.
days.
It was cold.
So can I be honest with you? Where I live and where the people where I live, what we think about what you guys are going through. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Y'all
Yes.
don't care.
Y'all don't care, do you?
We don't give it. It never, ever enters our mind.
Yeah.
It doesn't even enter our mind. For all I know, you guys are going through absolute miserable hell.
Nah.
All of your relatives will. We don't think about it.
Well,
It just does not enter.
What was
But
that?
actually, I do think about it now. Talking to you guys, I don't know your family, where the community that you live in, but trust me, the idiots where I live in my state, they don't care. They could give a rat's anything about what you people are going through.
You know,
So I do care.
It's kind of like us
Go ahead.
when we hear you talking about all those mudslides and the
fires.
Los Angeles falling into the ocean and
The
all the
earthquakes.
fires and the earthquakes and the shake, rattle, and roll times. I don't care.
We don't think about it either.
You know,
Don't think about it.
No,
You
we
don't think-
don't.
But actually, can I be honest with you?
Yes.
I actually do. When we get off the phone, I'm thinking about your families. I like you guys. You're
Oh,
just
thank you.
random nice people online. I call into your show. I do hope that your spouses, your grandchildren, your neighbors, you live in like a safe community. Listen, I'm not like most people, so I'll leave it at that. So.
well, we're a little bit like Minneapolis right now. We're inundated with ice, but we got the good ice. I mean, they've got the good ice. We got the bad ice.
That was a great joke. I'm a comedy writer. That was a great joke.
Oh, that was just off.
really
That
good.
was off the cuff. But anyway, all right, Charlie.
Thanks, you guys. Hey, go ahead.
You've
Go
been
ahead,
doing
go ahead.
well. Your job doing okay?
Well, I don't want to get too involved. I explained elements of my job. I like my boss. There's some good things. There's a few things that I'm concerned about, not like bad things. I think you're smart enough to. It's a good thing. So yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So hey, what are your thoughts? Remember how all the Democrats they want to expose all the Epstein files? And they're desperate.
That's right.
They want Trump. They want videotape of Donald. First of all, I've already said this. Donald Trump is too liberal for me.
Wow.
But I get a kick out of all these people with the Epstein releases. They're desperate to find him to do something sickening with children. It just hasn't popped up yet.
Yeah.
But other stuff is being popped up. And they're not exposing that. Why is that?
Well, I don't know. Billy Bob's going to have to answer a few questions. He and Hillary.
Oh, can't wait for this.
Hey, have you guys ever heard my impression of Bill Clinton?
I think
I
we did.
didn't have no sex with that woman because she was too ugly.
But go ahead.
What?
And listen, this is what I'd like to say. You can say whatever you want to say about my relationship with Hillary, but I will say this. I have been to Epstein Island, and it's a nice place for people like me to have relationships with underage, women that are underage legally.
Yeah.
Now, this is a sick man. This is a very sick man. I truly believe that he went to that island. I truly believe that he's a monster. And, any man over the age of like 19 or 20, and if you're in your 30s or your 40s or 50s, and you see a woman or girl like 14, 15, or 16 years of age, and something in your brain says, I'm going to be very careful how I word this, and you find this innocent human being sexually attractive, and you do something with her sexually, you are sicker than a monster. Everything about you, you are sick. And I truly believe, and I'm learning about Bill Gates, and I'm reading these things, and I think these people are friends of Jeffrey Epstein. And by the way, you're never, ever going to say, is this guy Charlie? No, I've already told you. I grew up in foster homes, children's homes, group homes. I was molested. I was abused by monsters. Nothing in my brain would ever, at my age right now as an old man, would want anything to do with a child or a 20-year-old, even maybe a 30-year-old. These are sick human beings, and I hope their lives are destroyed. I hope they're exposed, and I hope they lose everything in life.
You know, when I was I was always a guy, a male person. You know, when I was a young male person, like in the teenage years, I didn't even like girls my age. I didn't like, they were too young and too immature and too mouthy, chatty. And then some of them grew up and they stayed that way.
I was talking to my best friend earlier, and I'm not going to say her name, but I was pretty successful at 18, 19, 20. I moved to Los Angeles. I totally provided for myself, but I was attracted to older women.
Mm-hmm.
I was successful. I had good money, but at 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 years of age, I dated women in their late 30s, 40s, and I actually dated some women in their 50s, but I was successful. I had money. Yeah. I wasn't going after them. They weren't perverts or deviants, but these men like Bill Clinton, Epstein, I think Zuckerberg, Robert De Niro, there's so many on this list. They went to this island. These people need to be destroyed. And hopefully you guys, when you get these lists, you start talking about these monster pedophiles.
Charlie,
these are sick men.
Charlie, I think we would be absolutely amazed, shocked, dismayed if we could read the minds. If the males in this country, let's just say those in their 40s, which generally that was some of the calling cards, 40s and 50s for the folks who were visiting Epstein Island. But I think we would be absolutely amazed and definitely shocked at the number of people out there who would do that if they had a chance and did not think they would get caught. And I think that's what they thought that Epstein was allowing them, just that few moments, weeks, days, or at a time, or whatever, of unadulterated, illegal, deviant behavior.
Deviant.
I think you would be. I think you and I would probably be shocked. Probably you more than me, because I've dealt with scum.
Well, yeah, I think you're a former law enforcement. Here's the beauty about this conversation. This is being recorded. The internet never dies. It lives on forever. I have never, ever, ever, ever once, ever thought about that, wanting to be involved with that. But the fact that, I think Bill Clinton, his name seems to be all over that. But here's the beauty about this, actually the sick beauty. This was the president of the United States of America. I guess more than half of the population voted for this guy. They saw something in him that resonated, that's the correct word, that said, he represents me, he speaks for me. This guy's a monster. I guess he's going to go to Congress or something, him and Hillary. This guy's a monster. Everything about him is disturbing. The whole thing, it's really gross. We're all human beings. We all make mistakes. We're all, at times, beautiful, disgusting people. But I think this guy knowingly said, listen, I'm going to go to this guy's place and I'm going to have relations or whatever, sexual relations with underage girls. Even Prince Andrew. What part of your brain, how sick are you? As an old man, I'm an old man. The thought of me being with a girl, underage, even in her 20s, I'm a monster. I'm a monster if I participate in that. So I'll leave it at that. But these people did this. Mm-hmm. But the media, CNN, all these liberal media networks, they're not going to report this. They're not going to expose these people.
No, and here's with Billy Bob and Hillary going to appear and testify, answer questions. Supposedly, I'm sure their lawyer's going to tell them not to answer a lot of questions, and they will plead the fifth and do whatever. Here's what my thought is, because I have to go back to courts and all that sort of good stuff. Mm-hmm. Mr. President, have you ever lied to the public? That's my first question. Have you ever lied to the public? Did you have sex with that woman? Did you ever say you did not have sex with that woman and tell the public you did not have sex with that woman, Monica Lewinsky?
Barf.
Now, at that point in time, he's either going to lie again or he's going to tell the truth. And either way, will admit or prove that he's a liar. What good is anything that he says up there before Congress? He can't lose anymore. He's a liar.
Hill's going to the hill.
Just so I think this is a useless waste of my time, my money, your time, and your money. And we ought to get on with business. We just barely get this budget from last year done, and we need to be working on next year's budget.
Oh, there'll be some high ratings that day on television.
No, why? Because he's just going to
I'm watching.
He's just going to say nothing.
I'm watching. I want to see what Hillary's got to say.
Can I? I'm gonna leave you guys with this.
Okay.
I don't have children, but Bill Clinton has a daughter. Her name is, I guess, it's Chelsea Clinton.
Right.
You would think that he would say to himself, "Listen, if he did, I'm not saying he did have. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, but if he did have sex on that island with underage kids, he has a daughter."
Hmm.
What part of his brain doesn't say, listen, I'm a monster. I'm useless in society. I'm a horrible human being. I have a daughter. I have grandchildren. I'm a monster. There's something in his brain that doesn't register that says, listen, I'm a sick human being. I don't get people like that. I truly don't get it. My brain, if I had sex with a child, as an old man in my 40s or 50s and she was under 18, I don't know how I would survive. I think I would take my life. But there's a narcissism, there's a sociopathic thing inside their brain that says, I'm going to convince all these people that I'm normal, I'm good, I'm strong, I'm right. That's really effed up. It's messed up. These are sick
you want to do something sometime? Why don't you go ahead and go to your local, just the Los Angeles, or your neighborhood, just that small neighborhood where you live, and you go ahead and punch up the sexual list, sex offenders list in your area. This is online. It's available everywhere. You can find it. You can look for it, and you punch up some of the names at wherever. They just click it because it had their name, their pictures, and see what their crimes were. They have to be listed.
No, I've seen that. I think, I think you can see in your neighborhood.
Now, if you want to feel sick and just like Jesus Christ, what are these people? You will find a bunch of the older guys.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I share something with you that I did earlier?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You guys know who Ted Lieu is, correct?
Yep.
Do you guys know who he is?
I know the name, yes.
Yeah, Ted Lieu. He's from California. He's an Asian American representative. He talked about earlier about how Donald Trump is a pedophile.
He is.
He talked about how he may have killed people.
And guess what?
So I'm going to say this. Can I say something to you guys? And I may want to think about this before I say it.
Okay. You have to think about it then.
Well, what were you going to say? What were you going to say?
If you have to think about what you're going to say, maybe just hold off.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to take your word. I'm going to take your advice.
Okay.
Hey, can I call you? Hold on. But I think I called you once offline. I got your number. Remember when I called you once offline?
Yes.
So I think I'm going to call you. I'm going to find your number, and I'm going to share something with you. Anyway, hey, guys, with that,
all right, we got to go.
I really enjoyed your show. I'm going to go.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Chuck.
Glad to know you're doing well.
Talk to you later.
All right, take care, guys. Bye.
And while I'm doing this little weather, you see that little sheet of yellow paper over there on the desk that I did not bring with me?
Yes.
Would you run over there?
Remember to take those off.
Looking towards the waters of the deep blue sea, wishing I was there today. Westerly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop. If you're going riding offshore, you'll likely get a little bit wet, though. This afternoon, keep your GPS and compass handy. You'll likely find them really handy with the anticipated patchy fog this afternoon. Yes, buddy. Tomorrow, northerly winds 15 to 20 knots with gusts to 25. Seas 4 to 6 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers choppy, a chance of rain and freezing rain in the morning tomorrow.
No.
This is offshore. Then a slight chance of rain and snow in the afternoon offshore. You deal with the rest of it. Not much chance of any accumulation, at least offshore. That's what we've been led to believe. Friday, northwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming southwesterly 15 to 20 in the afternoon. 2 to 4 footers, sounds and rivers, a moderate chop, becoming choppy in the afternoon.
Oh, gosh, gloom and doom.
Uh-huh.
Today, rain, high near 49, light and variable wind becoming northwest, around 6 miles per hour in the afternoon. Chance of precipitation is 80%. Tonight, rain before 4 a.m., then rain or freezing rain likely, low around 31. Chance of precipitation is at 90%. Thursday, rain or freezing rain likely before 10 a.m., then a chance of rain between 10 and 4, then a slight chance of rain or snow after 4 p.m., mostly cloudy with a high near 39. Chance of precipitation is 60%. Little or no snow accumulation is expected.
Well, I will tell you this. There will be zero accumulation of freezing rain,
Right.
sleet, or snow
Right.
in the ocean tomorrow.
Stop. Thursday night, mostly cloudy. This is where it gets hairy here. Thursday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 18. So whatever rain we get to Thursday does have a chance of freezing on the road. So just continue to be careful. Be cautious.
Here at the studio this morning at 5:30, it was 36 degrees. It is now 34 degrees. Last night at 8 o'clock, it was 27 degrees here. And it stayed there for the longest time. And then overnight is the time as we grew into midnight, the temperature started easing up just a little bit. And again, by 5:30 this morning, it was 36. It's now 34. It's really weird. 93% humidity. The winds have been calm. In other words, there's been no wind. I don't even have any gusts in the last few hours. And no rainfall. The barometer stands at 30.18 inches of mercury. Lee over in the woodlands this morning, it was 39 degrees. I'm pretty sure it's dropped by now. 85% humidity, calm. Very light rain she was reporting at that point in time. And over in the back swamp, our other Lee, are you guys twins or anything? Like my other brother Lee and my
We're
other brother?
special.
Okay. 38 degrees in the swamp, back swamp, 92% humidity. He had winds out of the southeast, very light, 2 miles per hour, nothing in the rain gauge, 29.89 inches of mercury. Joe down in the borough, 38 degrees, 96% humidity. Easterly wind about 2 miles per hour. He said he had a rain gauge with some stuff in it, 0.02 inches, 29.99 inches of mercury. Ward up at Cedar Point, not very far. He had 44 degrees, 87% humidity. Southwesterly winds, they were very light, had a trace of precipitation, 30.22 inches of mercury. Dale and Carol was reporting for Dale because Dale was probably drinking some coffee this morning.
You're still asleep.
Up on River Bend, 39 degrees, 92% humidity. Winds out of the south-southeast up to 1 mile per hour. That's all the reporting stations we have, except in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
This morning on the Northeast Network, I tuned in there as I do every
right.
morning and just listening for a minute. Up in New Hampshire, it was a cool 4 degrees.
Ooh.
It was clear. And there was a light wind. And there was some kind of snow on the ground left over.
Oh, I'm sure because the Northeast got blanketed.
It'll be there until what? April?
April, May.
So Anyway,
We're not even going to talk about the groundhog. I had to say what I had to say about him the other morning.
I'm going to go in there and cook some groundhog.
Groundhog stew on the way.
No, groundhog biscuit.
Hey, something
Sausage biscuit.
sausage and gravy. That sounds good. I might make some when I get home.
No.
I want to update everyone on the story that we talked about earlier in the week about Anthony Gerald Baldwin that was arrested Tuesday for exposing himself at the cookout.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You know, he's in jail right now without bond, but online court records. He's got an orange suit now. Guess what? Online court records show Baldwin is currently on pre-trial release in several other Onslow County cases, including charges related to second-degree forcible rape, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, felony fleeing to elude arrest, additional traffic offenses, and possession of marijuana up to 1/2 ounce.
Why was he?
He was on pre-trial release.
Why? We're getting to.
We need to change our laws.
There are too many people who. Here's what I've said for so long. Anybody that gets out on bail, regardless, if you're charged with committing a criminal offense, like even including burglary, even if it's misdemeanor burglary, any criminal charges that you have been accused of committing, if they choose to put you under a bond and you can raise the money, an ankle bracelet should go along with it. You got to pay for it. You're going to have to pay for it and pay the rent on it. Okay.
Right.
And then every morning, the detectives throughout the entire area will take a look-see. As soon as the reports start coming in, okay, we had a burglary at, 10th and whatever, and we had burglaries here, and then they start looking to see if there was anybody who was out on a bond release who happened to be in those areas based upon their bracelets. Now, if those bracelets have not moved since yesterday, then you go knocking on their door and say, yeah, where's your bracelet?
Yes.
Because you tampered with it. You took it off, didn't you?
Something's wrong.
And then there's a reason they did that, because they wanted to do something they weren't supposed to be doing.
Well,
and then you'd nab them for that too.
I was appalled. I mean, I don't know the circumstances. I don't know what's in the court documents. Don't know why they released him. I will say that it's best to wait and get the full facts. But alleged second degree forcible rape. And you're out. You're what?
You do know that police do not arrest you for anything that's alleged. They arrest you for doing it.
Right.
They know you've
Dr.
done it.
Stein, yes.
In their mind.
I know it, but I still don't understand the pre-trial release. I'd like to know more about it.
Yeah, well, we've got an appointment with the district attorney here. One of these days, we'll find out a whole lot more about it. There you go. Dr. Rosemary Stein, oh, you cold.
Good morning.
Yes, it's cold here, but it's cold everywhere in North Carolina.
Yes, it is.
Not as cold right now as it has been. We got down to 9 degrees, which is like, what? I checked the distance. It was 961 miles to a spot down near Key West that I wanted to go to.
Oh, boy. Me too. My tropical blood is not liking this at all.
I'm right there with you.
Well, the kiddies have been out of school, so I guess they haven't been catching many diseases from each other. But you probably haven't had any cases come to you with frostbite or any injuries or anything due to the snow and mess, have you?
No injuries, but yes, actually, I guess because they were all sort of together, and after being in school, but they haven't been in school for a while, so I don't know how they got to spread themselves with flu. But there has been a good amount of flu going around. So keep on watching, yourselves, and try not to go into very crowded places. The kids are a little stir crazy by now. I think in Alamance County they're going to go back to. They have a 3-hour delay today, which is really fun for the parents. If they work. But they go back to school, so they've been a little stir crazy. Don't be too surprised if the teacher calls you about your kid just not keeping his hands to himself, or talking too much, or moving too much, because they're probably excited about seeing their friends after a week and a half of not doing stuff. But yeah, there's been some through. Good amount of it, actually.
Yeah.
And I was surprised about that.
Don't hook your kids up with a bunch of sugar before they get back to school, though. Not that morning. Oh, my God.
And make sure that you get them some breakfast.
Yeah, well, lots of breakfast. Something to counteract whatever they haven't been doing for the past week. I don't know how much snow you got up there. We got here somewhere in the neighborhood. Most of the area, we got 12 3/4 inches here at the studio. I think the most that I had recorded from one of the other folks
Yeah,
was
can
13
you believe
and a half.
that?
Yeah, we got over a foot of snow. Oh yeah, right on the beach.
I mean, we're right here at the beach, and we get snowed in for 3 days.
We had mermaids coming out of the water freezing.
Yeah, we're putting on clothes.
Wow, that's a lot of snow. We got 7 inches, and we thought it was huge. It was difficult to get out on Sunday, but we went out to the clinic so that we could get the clinic ready for Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was interesting. It felt more like Canada than it did North Carolina, for sure.
Amen.
Yeah, that mess that we had, it came offshore for us. That was the worst part that hit us, and we had a lot of heavy wind, and of course we had a lot of snow. Good gracious, started midday Saturday, wasn't it? And by early morning Sunday, we had lots of snow on the ground. So
wow.
And,
yeah, it was like a blizzard at one point.
So we're all doing a rain dance, and it should start a little bit later today, and
Yes.
the temperatures are above freezing. So hopefully it will just rain and melt and go away. Wash this snow right out of my hair.
Well, if you're lucky, we get a little bit more some sort of frozen precipitation, which might be snow, and it might be a couple of inches tonight because of the rain.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. Because I think that system's heading our way, and there's a possibility we may get a flurry, but I don't think we'll get anything.
We've had enough. It can't be that much left up there for us. We don't need it anymore.
I'm done with this stuff.
No.
I've got to retrain the dogs all over again. God, it's been bad.
But, the good news is that things pretty much change. If it's not the end of February, it's the beginning of March. And so spring is pretty much around the corner.
Yes, it is.
For North Carolina.
Yes.
And to be the bearer of bad news, in 1980 on March 1st, it snowed 10 inches. It snowed 8 or 10 inches in Wilmington and at the beaches. So spring is here whenever the weather turns warm. So,
well, you would think.
That's right. That's right. But mostly March, right? The first week of March, winter turns off like a button.
Yep.
In North Carolina.
Well, I'm kind of counting. What is it? We looked at next week. This coming weekend, we got Valentine's Day, and generally around. Yes, it is the 14th.
Next week.
Yeah, that's right. Next week. It's a week from this weekend. But anyway, generally around Valentine's Day, we have several days of very warm temperatures, upper 60s and 70s. So we're waiting to see. That's just been traditional around here.
From what I saw, it's going to be 50s next week. So we'll take a look.
That's so much better.
Okay.
It gives us hope.
Okay. Anything we need to warn people about, parents and/or kids?
Well, I was reading the news. We still have quite a few cases of the measles in South Carolina. As far as I know, no reported cases close to me. I don't know how they've been keeping them all in South Carolina, but I guess they are secluding the patients that are positive, and so that it's not been spreading around. But just to be on the lookout. And just to, check your vaccine status and make sure that you and your family, kids 1 and older, have their vaccines. Mm-hmm. Measles is kind of, it's an ugly disease and kind of serious. Makes you feel as sick as a dog. So that's one of those that you don't want to get. But apart from that, I've not seen anything unusual. And we have the normal strep, flu, and the kids recuperate from that rather quickly.
Yeah, well, yuck. Those childhood diseases for me, hopefully are gone forevermore.
Seriously.
So I don't need them. And I wouldn't wish them on anybody. I remember those miserable days. And in my house, I had the measles one week. My sister got it the next week. The week after that, I got the chicken pox. And then the week after that, she got the chicken pox. So for my mom, she had a month of it.
Yeah. My brother and I pretty ran together on all that.
All right. Doc, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rose. Stay
you guys
warm.
are very welcome.
Stay off the roads.
Thank you. You guys too, and we're all looking forward to next week's weather, and hopefully,
Yes, ma'am, we are.
In the 50s and 60s.
You got it. I'm waiting for it. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
Dr. Rosemary Stein.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the day.
Pediatrician extraordinaire.
Yes, sit outside on the back patio with a umbrella and a nice little drink and
And an umbrella in your drink.
warm up.
Okay, let's talk about what's cooking now. Onslow County, Jacksonville, Craven, and Carteret County governments are returning to normal schedules. In some cases, like scheduled court cases, you need to check with your attorney, if you have one, or the clerk of district court or superior court for updates and new schedules. If you've had court schedules for this week, obviously they haven't had court. The counties control the courthouses. The judges do not. They are county buildings, and the counties generally closed the buildings, and they did.
Right.
They didn't have a place for the judges to hang out. So you'll need to check if you have a court case this week. Today, they're going to be back doing some things, but I checked. It's not going to be any really doing a whole lot of holding court sessions. First appearances, anybody that's been arrested since last Friday, they've had an extended period of time in the jailhouse for if they've had certain crimes.
Now, how much time they get before their first appearance? Isn't that supposed to be within a certain amount of time?
Is the next court date,
The next court date.
and that is today.
What if the courthouse burns down?
Too bad. You could be in there for a long time. You need to have some patience, though, when you make the calls. If you have to reschedule court appearances, especially when witnesses are subpoenaed, is a pain.
Yes.
Okay, much worse than rescheduling your airlines flights. In Onslow, most government offices will open at 10 or 10:30 today. The Citizen Phone Bank will close at 10. That's a volunteer group of people that have been answering the phone for a lot of organizations. At that time, you'll need to call the individual departments you have business with. Be patient. In Jacksonville, the transit system will be running, though some routes may be changed if roads are still iced over. They are right now. The trash pickup schedule, we talked about it yesterday in the city of Jacksonville. If your pickup day was Monday, is on any Monday, it was obviously missed this past week. Your trash day is today. Hopefully you've got your trash out by the road.
Yes.
If your normal pickup day was Tuesday, your day this week will be Friday. Why not Wednesday or Thursday? Oh, because Thursday pickups will be on Thursday.
That's right.
They just changed two and changing everything. You going somewhere by an aeroplane? Check with your airlines, not the airport ticket counters, to see if your flights have been rescheduled. Don't get into arguments and complaining with the people on the phone. They don't have anything except information.
Control the weather.
They do not answer. They don't. I mean, they can't give you a bunch of advice about what is this thing. I mean, they could fly. No, they got it closed. That's all I can tell you. Goodbye.
That's right. Hang up.
Over in Carteret County, most county offices will not open until 11 o'clock today. When you are listing unwanted stuff for sale on places like Facebook Marketplace, be careful. A pregnant woman, the mother of a 2-year-old child already, was showing a pickup truck that her husband had listed in Chicago on Monday.
Right.
The prospective buyer, 19-year-old Netus Revakas, met the lady at her home. Her husband was not there. He later told police that he wasn't happy When he saw the condition of the vehicle, he got frustrated and he took his rage out on Eliza Morales, who was 5 months pregnant. She told him she was pregnant. That didn't stop him.
Wow.
Police say Rebecca's stabbed the woman 70 times. The little puke is charged with first-degree murder ×2, the unborn child and the mother. He admitted that his victim put up a fight before she succumbed to all her wounds. After killing Morales, detectives say Rebecca started a fire inside her home.
Good
That's
Lord.
what he told them. Rebecca also stabbed the family dog, but the pet was able to escape and survive. The couple's daughter, thank God, was not hurt. Don't know whether she was at home. Unless I'm missing something, help me out here. I believe in a fair trial. But unless I'm missing something, this is an open and shut case. The man admitted what he did and why he did it.
Lock him up.
He knew it was wrong. No real reason for a long delayed trial, one that's going to take between now and next January to get off and get started. Why? Why would this be such a long drawn out wait till we get all the facts? You've got the facts. He fessed up. But here's what will happen. A lawyer will argue the defense to death.
Yep.
His only option is to go after the comments that the admitted killer claiming he was frustrated. Frustration is not mental illness.
Evil.
As far
It's
as
evil.
the legal system is concerned, knowing right from wrong, not knowing right from wrong, that is a possibility, but he knows right from wrong. You can bet every little thing that ever happened to this guy and his 19 miserable years for the rest of us of life on this earth will be investigated by the defense. Did you hate your mother? Were you abused as a child? Do you often find yourself losing control and lashing out? Those will be the questions that will be asked of him. He will be psychoanalyzed to death.
Yes, he will be.
But that's what's going to happen.
Oh, you want to get mad?
And
You wanna
life
get
and
mad?
death in Chicago continues.
I watched a lot of the pretrial motions yesterday in the Tyler Robinson case. You know, Tyler Robinson is the one that is accused of shooting and killing Charlie Kirk.
Mhm.
Now, I know the defense has a job to do. And
The job of the defense is to guarantee this person has a
fair trial, right? But I'm going to tell you, I watched that yesterday afternoon. There were several times I had to get up and walk out of the room to calm down because, I mean, I felt like the defense was being evil, but I knew they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
They're
But
not there to get you off. They're there to give you a fair trial.
well,
Guarantee you a
they're
fair
trying to get
trial.
him off completely. But you know, this one,
Because they're blaming Kirk, aren't they?
well, you know, there's so many
They're blaming
stories out
Kirk,
there.
Trump, and everybody else.
Yeah, there's so many stories out there that he was just the front man, that he was just the patsy,
Give it up.
that you know Kirk was shot by somebody else, and there's so many stories out there. Even Charlie Kirk's wife Erica has said publicly, "Look, I've seen the information. I've talked to the investigators. You know, no, all these conspiracies are just that, they're conspiracies. Please stop with them."
Yes.
And from what I have learned delving into the story, watching court, etc., there is extensive evidence that ties back to Tyler Robinson. Of course, we have to wait for his day in
We'll wait
court.
to see.
But
I don't-
was
I cannot tell you that I know he did it because he hasn't confessed to it.
right.
I
wasn't
can tell
there, I
you
don't
that this
know,
guy
right?
did it. He killed that woman, that pregnant lady, because he said what
It's
she did.
horrible. That was a horrible
But,
story,
you know,
Rayford.
that I can tell you that
Horrible.
dude's guilty, and just move on. Let's get it over with. Hook him up and send him away.
Well, now I imagine the fetus died, right? The baby died.
That's 2 counts of murder.
That's 2 counts of murder right there.
But
And I
I-
think that's the best thing
and-
the law ever did.
Yeah, and for this guy here charged with killing Kirk, I suspect that they've got all of the evidence that they need. I suspect the evidence is good. I mean, they've got plenty of investigators
They
working
worked
it. They got
fast on
federal
that
and
one.
state
Right.
and local. They got this. Hopefully, they got this one dead to rights. I also thought they had OJ dead to rights too.
Yeah, you
You
bring up a
understand?
very good point.
You understand?
Yes. Well,
Cross those
yesterday.
T's and dot those I's, and don't let anybody taint your evidence.
Well, yesterday I got interested in a trial that just started day 4 yesterday. Yesterday was the second day. It's called the Law Student Murder Trial. It's out of Georgia. And it's the trial of Edric Faust, accused of the 2001 murder of a University of Georgia law student, Tara Baker. And it's been a huge, significant legal event in Athens, Georgia. The trial began with opening statements on February 3rd, which was Tuesday. Tuesday? Yes. What is today? 4th? 3? No, that's wrong. Opening statements were on Monday. But it's been marked by a series of contentious arguments and DNA evidence presented by the prosecution. The case, which remained unsolved for over 2 decades, was brought to light by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation's reexamination of cold cases. Faust, now 50, faces multiple charges, including murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, aggravated sodomy, tampering with evidence, and arson. This trial's been a long-awaited event for the family. Now, I will say that I read further into it where this man has got a long history of criminal acts. And that's why he was arrested and put without any bond into the jail awaiting this. Now, what they're basing it on is some of the DNA that was collected back in 2001. They just ran it through this new testing that they have there at the GBI, and it came back and it revealed, it came back to this Edric Faust. But the defense is claiming, well, there was also DNA from this girl's boyfriend, which he's been cleared because he was elsewhere the entire time and has witnesses. But, the defense is trying to pin it on him because they're saying that his DNA was found on her. But then the prosecution, the whole thing's crazy. It's all based on
they're trying to establish create a little bit of doubt in the minds of at least one juror, perhaps 2 or 3, so that they will have either
now after
mistrial.
She was raped and murdered, her apartment was set on fire, and the fire department was called out there for the fire, and that's when they found her body. So it's a very tragic case. She was studying to be a lawyer. She was in her first year of law school and at Georgia University. So I've been following this one. It's going to be very, very interesting.
Was this at the University of Georgia?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So interesting case.
I know a professor who
2001
Grady School of Journalism there.
Oh, right. Wow. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, but it remained unsolved for like 24 years until this new DNA testing.
Okay. Let's talk about something.
All right, let's do it.
Those peaceful folks up there in Minneapolis,
Crazy people.
those peaceful anti-ICE
The pickle people.
protesters are setting themselves up for some serious, perhaps deadly problems,
Oh, no.
and not at the hands of ICE agents. The idiots have decided that it would be a good idea and a smart thing to do to set up some checkpoints along the roads, stop all cars, and demand to know of the occupants if those occupants are ICE agents. Wonder how that will play out when they stop a car loaded with gangbangers who don't want to play their games.
Loaded with the Proud Boys.
How many times do you think those idiots will get shot for pulling this kind of a stunt? Do you think that I would just sit back in my car and have idiots come up to me who don't have badges and demand stop me for one thing, and then demand anything of me? Do you know how bad that's going to turn out?
The biggest problem with
No, I
all
wouldn't
that,
shoot them. They
the
will
local
wish I
police,
would.
the local police aren't going to do anything.
No, they won't.
Not a thing.
They will when some of the locals start raising Cain about it. The people who are just fed up with the stuff anyway.
They need to.
You wait and see. I'm all for thinning the herd here. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. This herd needs to be thinned up there. Those peaceful hoodlums are out of control. Peaceful hoodlums. How do you like that as a description? My suggestion to the local government, those people up there in charge who don't want to do anything about these idiots, you could at least, if you're going to allow them and encourage them, as you have done, Mr. Mayor and Mr. Governor, you could at least require them to have the name of their next of kin in a plastic bag somewhere on their individual bodies. Include who is going to be responsible for picking up the body and dealing with your funeral and the costs. Y'all are dumber than dirt. Imagine stopping gangbangers is stupid. What about confronting older guys who are legally armed, scaring them to the point that they fear for their safety? Do you think these guys could pass a fifth grader's level of common sense? Do you think these people up there doing something like that have even thought this thing through? I would get out here on my street out here in front of this house as a citizen and stop cars and demand to know anything.
No, I mean, who are you?
I wouldn't have the right to do that.
That's right.
On my property, I can demand what I want.
I almost made a snowman. I was going to put a sign on it that said ice because snow is ice. But
Yeah.
then I thought best against it. I was like, no.
Just put the Iceman coming.
Let's not do that. But, it's just a fleeting moment that I just thought about it. And I was like, nah, best not to do anything.
I'm going to mute my mic.
Okay. Okay, Rayford, with your jokes.
What?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
okay, anyway. But yeah, you know what? I mean, they're not showing the protests now in Minnesota like they were for the last couple of weeks. I mean, every night you could get online and watch it. I think the people covering it are tired of it. It's just the same people dressed in their same goofy costumes that are standing out there chanting and singing and beating trash can lids and playing guitars and, yelling F ice. It's just continuous. I mean, what is the whole point? What is the whole point?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you get out there, like I said before, you dress like a pickle, you dress like a dinosaur, you dress like a teddy bear, you dress like a dog. You get out there in these weird blow-up suits, and you're doing the same thing over and over again. Generally the officers that are like the Border Patrol police or whatever, and the state police, they'll come out of the building on the top of the building, shoot off a couple rounds of tear gas or flashbangs, to get you away from the building because they got to the point where they're trying to get into the building. And people are picking the stuff back up and throwing it back. I mean, do y'all realize that could be dangerous? That's the whole scope of everything that's happening. Stupid.
I don't get it, folks. I'm all in favor. If you want to protest, I want to protest myself. And if I could get a bunch of signs together and get a bunch of people like me together, we'll just have a no mo snow.
No mo snow.
No
I
mo
like that.
snow.
No
I
mo
think,
snow.
That's a good protest. We can do
Yes.
that as long as we do it peacefully.
Well, yeah, sure.
So I don't know.
I don't know. I just feel like, and there's groups in Los Angeles that are doing this. Portland, Oregon, that's a lost cause right there. I mean, it's the same people out there doing it. And you know what? Do you even know exactly what you're doing?
They've got to be paid. We know that
A lot of them
we
are
know that a
paid.
core of them are being paid to
Right.
be agitators.
Right. They are. They
And
are.
that's what they are.
Very much so. It's tiresome. It's tiresome for all the police officers that are working overtime just to try to keep peace where they can. It's just
Out
ridiculous.
there in Arizona, Samantha Guthrie, who's the co-host of
That's
NBC
so
Today Show,
sad.
her mother is missing. It's firmly believed that she was taken as by force, kidnapped. Sunday night, was it? She was dropped
Sometime.
off by the
Yes.
family at her home there in Arizona. She's 84 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and the next day, that was Saturday, because the next day was
Yes,
church day.
Saturday evening into Sunday morning.
And then
sometime.
Sunday, she didn't show up
Right.
for church. So her neighbor called and reported, they're like, what's going on? This is
Mhm.
unusual for her. So they went to check, and there's apparently they're keeping something very mum, because there is some word that there has been a ransom demand. I don't know if that's socialist media crap or whether it's actually made it to the
Well-
mainstream, but I don't know. I don't know.
Let me tell you, TMZ has reported that they received a ransom note.
That
If
they
you
did?
know-
That TMZ received one?
If you know anything about TMZ, don't
Oh,
believe
for
anything
God's
they
sakes.
say. They are a gossip
Well,
organization.
National
They're like the
Enquirer of the
National
Air.
Enquirer, and they're very biased on things too.
The sheriff there said not much. He's not giving a whole lot of information. That's good.
Right.
The lady's name is Nancy Guthrie.
So sad.
She's 84 years old.
Mhm.
She's on medication. She lived alone, which kind of surprised me. But, my
That
mom did too.
Big house.
My mom lived too for a number of years after my dad passed, and until she got to the point she needed
Right.
assistance. So that was taken care of. But
It's
this is
very strange. This whole thing.
Well, it's strange. Why did she obviously had to be targeted? So was it somebody who knew what was going on, or just target?
I have my
How did
thoughts,
they know
which
that
I'm
she was
not
going to
even
be gone? How did they know she was even going to be gone from the house and then come home?
Well, the sheriff said in the latest presser last night was that they did find some blood drops outside the front door.
Yep.
The ring doorbell was missing. And they found signs of forced entry, and her pacemaker has quit connecting with her Apple Watch.
Mhm.
Whether she was still wearing her Apple Watch or
Don't
whether
know.
the Apple Watch was at home,
They're
don't
They're
know.
not saying.
but I don't think this is going to be a good ending.
I hope
So
it is.
sad.
I hope they find out. I hope these people, whoever they or it is,
Right.
I hope that they will see the light of day.
Yes.
We'll say, I'm not going to get anywhere with this. So we need to. This is not a good thing for us. It's just going to turn really, really bad.
Well, supposedly the ransom note is asking to be paid in Bitcoin.
That's the big thing these
Well,
days.
I don't believe there is a ransom note. If there is one, it has really no connection to the case. It's somebody just
They also found blood inside her home.
right.
So they've reported. There were blood drops leading from the
Mhm.
entryway outside down the house pathway towards the driveway. Assuming that would mean there's likely a car involved.
Right.
I'm surprised that, well, maybe they have got doorbell cameras video from other people.
They said yesterday that there wasn't, and that it was there was no outside lighting in that area. But you know what? They may know more and have more than what we know. They're
Hopefully they
telling
don't
us.
tell us everything.
Yeah,
We don't want to
exactly.
know. I want to know, but we don't want to know. We don't need to know.
Exactly.
We should not know. If we know what they know, then the bad guys will know what they know.
That's right. We don't, you know.
You need to surprise bad guys.
Right, right. I will say that the sheriff's office, they are on it. They're looking every possible lead. I know they've had drones out there, everything they can. I just pray and hope that they find this woman, and I pray she's still breathing.
Yeah.
She's without her medication. I'm sure she's got a pacemaker. She's probably on heart meds,
Mm-hmm.
and and you come off those heart meds, it's eventually your heart
Yeah, she's obviously
suffers from the effect
on
of it.
blood thinners because there's
Yes.
a couple of pictures that I see. She's got the bruising that
Yes.
all of us get when
Yes.
you do that. You go thump, there's a big old bruise.
Right.
Looks like I've been beat up after a while. And then she's got a bandage on her right arm,
Right.
forearm there, a big one, which people get when they do
Right.
things like that.
Because your
So,
skin gets thin.
yes, it
You
does.
you lose all that collagen, and then if
Now she's
you are
using
on
big
blood
words.
thinners, do what?
Now you're using big words.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, it is such a sad story. You know, her daughter Savannah was due to start televising from the Olympics. She was picked to go and be the person.
Callahan Walsh, she's the co-host of America's Most Wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I want to read you something. I was hoping, she said, at this press conference that something would be released, a break in the investigation, a direction that they're headed, some hope for the family, or actionable information for the public to assist. There just wasn't any of that. It was mostly questions that were being asked by the media and pretty vague or no answers provided. Well, I'm sorry, Ms. Callahan
Yeah, I
Walsh.
got one word
All
for
of the
her.
information that is, you need to go back to World War II and look at the posters. Loose lips sink ships. Idiot.
I got one word for her, and that's shut up.
Yeah, that's it.
Shut up.
That's 2 words, but you did it. Shut up.
It's one with a hyphen.
Or if you do it fast, shut
if
up.
you do it fast, shut up.
And
That's right.
Me, I'd add a few more extra words between shut and up, and then she would understand it. Ditz.
Well, they said her home was equipped with several cameras, and that the detectives are working with the family and coordinating with the relevant camera companies to see what
Well,
footage
if
is
they
available.
remove the doorbell camera,
Yeah.
I don't know if they removed it beforehand, after, or whether they covered it up and then removed it. I don't know.
What are your thoughts, just off the
I
top of your
I
head?
don't know.
I'm thinking it's somebody that knew her.
Well, there's going to be some inside information here.
Yes.
Now, do they know her? I don't. I think they just. If there's somebody going after her, that somebody would be going after her. I would presume for money. Now, yeah, I don't. We don't ever hear of all the kidnappings that do occur in this country because they don't want to release how they got caught and how
Right.
Sometimes they just pay them off. A lot of families want to just make the payment, want to pay them right up front. They're always advised, don't do that. Let the law enforcement handle it. If there is to be a money drop or whatever, a payment made, then they need to have control over it.
Well, if
If
they're
it-
going to abduct this woman
Mm.
and they're holding her for ransom, why not take her meds? Why did they leave all her personal stuff, her checkbook, her cards, her
Well,
money, everything there in the house? It
because that's all
just-
traceable. But the meds, I don't
Gosh.
know that they didn't take them. We don't know that they did or
That's
did not.
true. That's true. But
we
I'm
know
just
that
thinking.
she was on meds, and they put that out there. That keeps the rest of us occupied thinking
Now,
about it.
CBS News reported this morning that its Tucson affiliate, KOLD News, received a ransom note as well as TMZ.
Mhm.
According to the sheriff's department, investigators analyzed the letter and they're taking it seriously and shared it with the FBI, whose agents decided to share it with, of course, the daughter, Savannah.
Now, for the folks who are there want to just create a little
Ooh.
bit of news, like people who go out and
Right.
set fires and stuff like that, so they can watch places burn and see the fire
Mhm.
department run. If there are people that like to create that kind of nonsense, who would submit a ransom note, that is a dumb thing to do because that's also illegal.
No, it did say the note, which KOLD received on February 2nd, contained specific details about the home and what Nancy Guthrie was wearing that night.
Okay.
Do we know that's true?
Nope.
But TMZ was first to report February 3rd that it received the alleged letter demanding payment for the release of Nancy Guthrie. And of course, the sheriff's office.
Why would you release that? Why would you not work in conjunction with the law enforcement folks? Would you get something like that?
Well, it says that,
Now, here's the only reason that you would do it, but I would work with the cops first
mm-hmm.
and just hold it. But the cops, in all likelihood, when I would cross over to that side for a minute, the cops would say, listen, they sent you this thing. They're going to think something's up if you don't say something.
Well,
so let's see what we can
right.
what we can encourage you to. You can't stop them from releasing, but let's say what we can suggest that you say and come up with a plan of action.
Well, the sheriff's office is not, of course, confirming the validity of the alleged ransom note. So, of course, but yeah, TMZ kept details of the note vague. The outlet reported demanded millions in Bitcoin currency and provided a specific Bitcoin address.
Oh, good.
I don't trust anything TMZ does.
No.
Nothing.
I don't know anything about them except some more letters, just like S-O, well, whatever.
They're a gossip rag type.
The sheriff's office there's put up a reward, $2,500. I don't think that's a whole lot of
that's not much.
Well, they don't have a lot of money. I mean, this is a small county, right?
Well, I'm sure that
$2,500 for information related to the disappearance. There will be other rewards available. The FBI will have a reward. I don't know that they've announced it yet. But that's always out there.
Yeah, it might be their local Crime Stoppers or something too, because but I'm sure that if they get further into this, that I'm sure the family will put out something, but I don't know.
I hope the family will do what families should be doing in this case, and that's to, work with law enforcement. Don't go rogue. Don't think you know more, because those things almost always turn out bad.
Right. I don't know. This whole thing is really strange. It's strange. And I don't know, once you take a Ring doorbell off his post there, I would think you would have to destroy it after that. But I'm wondering if somebody can go up in the cloud there on our mother's account.
Yes.
But it was so dark out there, so I don't know.
But they go to infrared when it's dark.
Yeah, there's a lot of resources.
If they go in their mask and all that sort of good stuff, and they take it off, they just go in there. You can't recognize them. You just see a blob come up. They take it down, and you're done.
Well, even though I have the outside cameras and I have the doorbell, Ring doorbells, and all that, my house is well lit on the front. Stays well lit all night long, so that's helpful right there. Especially when I got the guy on camera a couple of weeks ago. But the whole thing is just really strange. It's going to be, I'm anxious to hear what's coming out of this. I just pray they find her and that
I hope she'll be okay. She won't be living alone again. I guarantee you that. That's what happens.
And I'm sure the family right now has got a lot of, besides the grief of not knowing where their mama is, they're probably dealing with a lot of maybe we should have, should have, could have, would have. It doesn't make any difference now, but
it doesn't.
I know what I would be feeling.
We haven't heard from a lot of folks the last few days. 910-333-0139. First of all, Chris, are you okay? Were you on your way here? You got stuck along the road somewhere?
I did want to let you know that Chris Burrett left us a message on our Facebook and said the license plate agency is open today, regular hours.
Yep. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad I got my driver's license, and glad I got that thing renewed for the car.
Still waiting on my concealed carry. Where are you at?
But you're good to go until it's, it'll either be refused or it'll be renewed. But you're good to go either way because you applied for it.
Well, it's a renewal, of course.
Yes.
Which I started in November.
Those places are busy.
It expired in January.
There are a lot more people
I know
in this county with concealed carry permits than you can imagine. Do you know when back in 97, I think it was, when you could first get a concealed carry permit, civilians could get a gun permit to carry one concealed? Remember those days? You weren't able to. Civilians could not carry a gun concealed before.
I got mine. My license was through the Private Protective Services Board. That's under the SBI, under the state. That's where I
Was
got
it?
mine from.
Yep.
That's because we were an agency licensed.
You were armed security
Right.
company. There's a difference.
Right.
I'm talking about, did they allow concealed carry? Okay. But in 97, that's when they came up with because most states have a concealed carry permit. They do. They did then. And so North Carolina finally got off the pot and got one done. And do you know that
Yes,
one of the
thank you.
requirements was in the beginning that at the local issuing agency, the sheriff's office, there would be a book in the lobby with every person's name
What?
who had a concealed carry permit,
Why?
because that was part of the law. Some left-leaning legislators would not approve of this bill. They've voted it down time and again unless that was included. They wanted to know. Do you know what occurred when that happened and the permits first came out?
No. What?
The number of judges,
Mm.
lawyers, district attorneys, other people, Democrats, all for the most part, lawyers, and back in those days, they were pretty much all lawyers were
Right.
Democrats, and judges were Democrats,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And they all suddenly their names were all over the place. And guess who had access to that? The media, the beloved media. And they took the opportunity to go in there and say, oh, look at all these people. Judge so-and-so, lawyer so-and-so, and this businessman so-and-so. And their names were plastered everywhere. Do you know how long it took for that thing to be repealed and reevaluated? Not
Well,
too long.
I'm grateful to our legislators, like expressly Senator Lazara,
Oh, yeah.
for his involvement, and it's Senate Bill 50 that helped us with concealed carry, et cetera, et cetera. So we've come a long ways.
How did it help us with concealed carry?
How did it help us?
Uh-huh.
Well, the fact that you can conceal carry legally in the state of North Carolina.
That was in 97.
No, this is where they redid it. Let me look it
You
up.
can see you're talking about the open carry.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Or-
what I meant.
Or,
I'm
or
sorry.
concealed carry without a permit.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, basically, it's the freedom to carry. North Carolina aims to
Mhm.
eliminate the requirement for a permit to carry concealed firearms in North Carolina, allowing qualified individuals to carry without government permission.
People who don't have to pass a test. They just have to
Well,
pass a
I
background
do
test, right?
have, I do personally have some qualms with this because I believe that everybody should have to at least go through a safety course.
Mhm.
And I just,
I think they need to know the rules. I think they should have
Yes.
to know what the rules of. I mean, for instance, can I just grab my gun when I see
Right.
somebody doing something like stealing a car and shoot
Mm-hmm.
them? No.
all right, as of January 12th, 2026, the North Carolina House of Representatives has rescheduled a veto override vote on Senate Bill 50 to February 9th, which is next week. The Senate successfully overrode the governor's veto in
Mhm.
July 2025, and the House needs to approve the override by 3/5 majority for the bill to become law.
Yeah.
So it's still
I-
but
I-
it's a significant shift in North Carolina's gun
Yeah,
laws.
it is, and I'm not going to tell you I'm opposed to it.
Right.
And it's
I have
like
qualms,
it's like
but-
I'm concerned. Here's where my concern lies. Okay, so the guy who's carrying a gun, who doesn't even know what the laws are, he may say he does, but hasn't been taught. He hasn't been through a class.
Right.
He doesn't know what those laws are. Right? Shoot, don't shoot. When you
Right.
cannot shoot somebody, or when you can shoot somebody. There are a whole lot of times when you can't shoot somebody, and only a very small number of times when you can use deadly force. Strict rules. Now, if you make a claim today and you have a concealed carry permit and you use the gun accordingly, and the district attorney is going to say, okay, Yes, he knows what the laws are, and yes, all the information is, all the indications are, he is the gun to defend himself, and then done. You'll be good to go, right?
Right.
And no charges can be
Yes.
brought against you, no criminal charges, and no suits can be brought against you.
Well, I'm.
What will happen if somebody who does not meet that same qualifications uses the gun? There will be some people charged with murder. You wait and see. That's just the way I see it. They will be charged with first or second degree murder. It could be either one of them. And we don't know who this is. Good morning. You're live and local.
Good morning, Rayford. Good morning, Lee. It's Ann Bell.
Hello, Ann
Hi,
Bell. How are
Ann
you?
Bell, Cardinal Mama.
Yes, sirree.
It's a Cardinal Mama.
UNC Mama.
UNC Mama now, too.
That's
Right.
but they call you Ma Bell now, then, right?
No, I'm still Team Mom.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been up there at all of June's games, watching him. She's taking care of her crew.
We missed 3 games this year. I got to go to Syracuse, didn't go to Charlotte or California, and I missed 1 game, I think, at Thanksgiving time.
Wow.
So
She's such a good mama. Such a good
I
mama.
My
I
goodness
try.
gracious.
Yes. So how is
Oh,
June
and-
doing?
I haven't heard from him. I got a little bit from from his mom at Christmas time. He's apparently bought a new car,
Oh.
got an apartment,
Oh.
and doing
Nice.
well. He's doing well. He's a really good kid academically and everything. So
Wonderful to hear.
he's doing well.
That is wonderful to hear.
You always get concerned about them when they leave home.
Yeah.
That they've left the nest, and what are they going to do now? But
I know he's a responsible young man.
Yep.
There's no worries there.
I'm so glad. Yeah, we enjoyed following him and
yes.
his games here, and as a Jacksonville Cardinal. What an outstanding young man! We were just.
And you got
always-
the other ones too. You've got
Yes.
Cam's going to Campbell.
Oh, okay.
A lot of them. We have Julian Pate is up at Methodist.
Right.
Those are the ones that I'm keeping track of with the football, because those were the ones that I had as team mom. But basically, a lot of them are going into medical fields. I'm really proud of the young men that they've all turned out to be. So doing well. Interesting conversations this morning. I've talked my husband into listening to you guys. He's really enjoying the program.
Oh, good, good. We're just trying to get back to some type of normalcy after this weather. So
yeah.
Oh, I'm from upstate New York, so this was great for me. I enjoyed every minute, but I've had to telework from home.
Okay,
so
we got to go now. Yeah, people who like
it's not her fault, Rayford.
Yes,
It's
it is her
not her fault.
She brought it
Hey, I
here.
was raised in it.
Yeah.
No. I've been down here 30 years, so you can't blame me this time.
Okay.
So, but anyways, it's great listening to you guys. I miss seeing you maybe at the football games again this year.
Yeah.
So we gotta watch the younger June, who'll be a senior this year.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we will be there. We did not miss a game, not one
No,
game.
we did not
this
miss
past
a
season.
game this past season.
My wife
I
was
missed
sick
a
one
few.
day.
I missed a few, but that's only because we were headed north, south, west, wherever. We were headed out to UNC, so we did miss a few.
Yeah. Well,
So
We have some pictures of you. Rayford got some pictures of you this past season.
yeah, we
I know he did. I saw it.
yeah, we put a lot of stuff
I
up there.
remember. I remember what to say when you take pictures. So
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh, really? They were good pictures of you too.
You guys have a great day.
You too.
You too.
Like I said, I got you another listener. So
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
good.
Thank you, and thank you for calling in. And can't wait to see you again up in the bleachers.
You got any? You got anything that would? If I mentioned his name and I said something about him that the world might not know, but you might know, and that would get him going.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yes, I have ways of baiting people.
Let's not do that.
Why not?
what are you baiting me for?
See,
Not you.
she's too
It'd be
smart
baiting
for
him to make sure he listens every day, because he'd be afraid to know that when I was going to say something.
you. No.
Well, I talked to Lee a couple days ago. We were messaging back and forth on Facebook, and she goes, "Yeah, we mentioned you the other day," and of course, it was the day I didn't listen.
Right. Yeah, I know. We talked about Cardinal Mama.
Oh yeah.
I tried. My children went to Jacksonville High.
Yeah.
We're talking back in the 1999. Yeah, we're not going there. Okay.
That's all right. Still after us.
That's
so.
recent times.
That's recent. They're babies.
Yeah, I know, but
1966. I left Jacksonville High.
The husband just turned 69 yesterday. I'm gonna catch up with
Happy
him come May.
birthday.
Child.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna catch up with him May 4th. So
Okay.
we'll figure this out.
We'll have to remember that May 4th.
So you'll have y'all can have a party.
Well, and June's birthday is 6 days later. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's good.
So he's May 10th?
Yep, same as my son's. Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, my
But
goodness.
anyways, you guys have a great day. I was enjoying the concealed carry conversation because I'm one of those Onslow County folks.
Yes,
you got a gun too.
Several.
Do you practice it? I don't even have a gun.
Do I practice? I carry everywhere I go except places I'm not allowed.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
I was talking to another cardinal last night, and we were messaging back and forth. And he sent me pictures of one that he concealed carries, and I really like it. I may have to be calling Dorothy, but he says, yeah, it's so easy to carry it concealed, even in the grocery stores. I was like, okay.
I have one that it's a 380.
Yes.
It goes in my pocket. It looks like you're carrying a cell phone.
Yeah.
Wow.
They do have some they do have some holsters that look like a cell phone case that are cut out for certain guns.
Right.
If you ever have any desires to do that, just make sure you got one with a clip on it that doesn't pop off when you reach for your phone.
Mm-hmm.
This one doesn't even need a holster. It has a clip on it.
Yeah.
It curves right to your body when you put it in your pocket.
Yeah, I've seen those.
This is a Smith & Wesson 2.0. It's called the Bodyguard.
Yes, they've had
And
that out for a while.
and he was showing me that, and I was like, I like that. My SIG that I carry, it's just so hard. It's just, I mean, it's a good concealed carry weapon, but I just don't prefer it over some of the others that I have, which I can't carry concealed. But
the one I like is called the Taurus Curve, and like I said, it fits right. It's got a clip on it. It fits in your pocket. It's even got a little laser on it.
Oh.
Well, the one that I would like to carry, it's a great gun for a shoulder holster, but it's made by Smith & Wesson. It's a Model 29. You don't have a clue what that is, but the barrel length on it is 8 3/8 inches, and it's a 44 Magnum.
Oh, this is what she's talking about.
All I got to do is reach out there and slap you with that. I don't have to get. I don't even have to shoot you.
Rayford, you don't have to shoot anybody. Just hit them with it.
Slap them. Yeah, it's like a billy club.
Well,
that's what you call getting pistol whipped.
All right, I gotta go back to work.
Have fun. Be
Thank
safe.
you for calling.
Great talking to you. See you soon.
All right.
Bye.
You're welcome. All right, bye.
Well, that was nice.
Let's look out towards the ocean. Offshore.
Oh,
Out to 20 nautical miles.
20 nautical miles.
God, I wish I was out there today.
No, you don't.
I would, all wrapped up and stuff. Oh, God. It would be under my cabin. I could put the curtains up all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Thermos of hot coffee for me, hot chocolate for
hot
you,
chocolate. And
some crackers.
One time I had a little, very small heater type thing.
Right.
Really small. And I could put that there, and that whole inside you got to come out of your coats and stuff when you're in there with that.
The one thing I enjoyed about going deep sea fishing on some of the charters
catching fish
is,
eating.
a must, but was going out and coming back, and it was a cooler season, and going into the big cabin there, where you could sit down at tables, and they had a little bar and grill there.
The head boats, yeah.
Yeah, and you just got your jacket on, and you just like
That's a
have
floating fishing pier.
it was just wonderful. I loved it. I went
Yeah.
on the Continental Shelf and the Carolina
Oh,
Princess.
cool.
I went on both of those.
Good.
Really enjoyed it. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
So much fun.
I haven't been fishing on them. I've been out on one of them for a photo shoot for something. I forgot what it was
Right.
years and years
Yeah.
ago, but I've never been fishing on a
They were
headboat.
so- the only aggravation I found, and I'll do this real quick, is that all of us, with the exception of one, we drop the lines, and we're fishing in waters that are 30, 40 feet deep.
Probably more than that.
Oh, this is, I know, 30, 40. And just winding those things back up when you caught something, but it's the sport of it. But there was one guy on the end of the boat that had an electric reel. That's cheating. It's cheating.
I've never owned one of those, but when you're fishing, if you're bottom fishing now, and which I don't do very much, I
Mhm.
never have. I occasionally will go out for some black sea bass because they're good to eat. They're wonderful to eat in wintertime, especially they get a little bit bigger. But sometimes we're out there in like 80 to 100 feet of water.
Right.
And then when
Ugh.
you're winding that sucker up, and
It's like-
and you can't drop it there. You don't wait for black sea bass because you generally go to a spot where
Right.
they light up, and there's hundreds of them, thousands of them. And I would rig a 3-hook rig because
Right.
we're catching fish for food. That's what I was doing. And you drop it down, and it gets through the masses. And when you get to the bottom and it bounces off the bottom, you bring it up a little bit, right? And then you'll feel a fish bite it. You snatch it one time, you got him. And then another fish, you'll feel another bite, you got him.
Mm.
And you bring 3 fish up. When you bring 3 2-pound
Yeah.
fish up, and a 2-pound black sea bass is a big fish. Black sea bass.
Well, I'm going
size.
to tell you what, when you're bringing up 2 or 3 at a time, and they may be small, 2 to 3 pounds, it weighs like 50 pounds trying to get that up all the way up.
Trying to get it up all the way. But the reason we would do 3 at a time, because bring it up 1 at a time, you'd have to do it 3 times for the same amount of winding to get it up.
Oh,
But
no.
that's the only time I ever thought about, since we were looking for fish for food, that's what we were doing. Stock the freezer with them. That way we could have them all winter long. All right. Westerly winds today offshore 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop. If you're going riding out there, you're going to get wet.
Yes.
Keep your GPS and compass handy. You'll likely find them very rewarding and very good to have on board if you get that patchy fog. And we just had some pass through here later this afternoon offshore. Thursday, tomorrow, northerly winds 15 to 20 with gusts at 25, seas 4 to 6 feet, 2 to 3 near shore, sounds and rivers choppy. A chance of rain and freezing rain tomorrow morning, and then a slight chance of rain and snow in the afternoon. There's not going to be any accumulation in the ocean. I don't know about on the land here. We're led to believe there won't be much of anything. Northwesterly winds on Friday, 10 to 15 knots, becoming southwesterly, 15 to 20 in the afternoon, 2 to 4 footer, sounds and rivers a moderate chop, becoming choppy in the afternoon.
All right. Today, rain, high near 49. Light and variable wind becoming northwest around 6 miles per hour in the afternoon. Chance of precipitation is at 80%. Tonight, rain. Then a chance of rain and freezing rain. Low around 31. Chance of precipitation is at 90%. Thursday, rain or freezing rain, likely before 10 a.m. Then a chance of rain between 10 and 4. Then a chance of rain and snow after 4 p.m. Mostly cloudy with a high near 39. Chance of precipitation is at 60%. Little or no snow accumulation is expected out of this system. For us, Thursday night, mostly cloudy, gradually becoming mostly clear with a low around 18, Rayford. Friday, sunny with a high near 48. Friday night, a low 28. And I will tell you just a sneak peek at next week. They were showing the daytime highs in the mid 40s to the low 50s and nights being below freezing. So no rain there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I
Back
think
up
we're
to
on our way.
Minneapolis
Oh,
we go.
Minneapolis.
The deputy attorney general's name is Todd Blanche. He's involved in this investigation, the fraud investigation. That's what started all of this stuff.
Of course it did.
That's why the people have been protesting, who are paid to protest. It's personal opinion based upon some information. We do know that some of the agitators, the protesters, are being given money. Don't know from whom.
Right.
Highly suspicious. Kind of think they think they know. They're being given money to protest and raise Cain, and so they can go out and raise Cain with ICE, and they can create a lot of hate and discontent, and create a lot of confusion, and perhaps give time for all of those people who've been committing fraud time to clean up their acts and hide their tracks, cover their tracks. But he says, Todd Blanche, the feds are uncovering and what he calls a massive underground fraud network. Hello, what have I been saying? He suggested help fuel a sudden coordinated push to drive ICE out of the city. Hello, what have I been saying from day one? It's a smoke screen. This whole thing dealing with ICE is a smoke screen. It keeps everybody from doing their jobs. They had strong pushback when they stood up and said, yes, we have multiple investigations going on. The people committing the fraud wanted to know what was happening. Yes, they started uncovering it, but they weren't going to reveal a lot of it until they could go out and nail people. I'm waiting for that to happen. I think the great state of Minnesota may find out that they got corruption all the way to the top, unless it's covered up, unless they had all this time to cover it up and hide it. But federal guys, they have like the Infernal Revenue Service, they have ways. They have ways. Ask Mr. Capone if he was alive. They have ways of putting you away.
Rayford, the fraud in Minnesota was so big. It was huge. You tell me how they can even make excuses for it.
When all of this huge money, millions and millions and millions of mom dollars and your dollars and other people's dollars from across the entire United States, tax dollars, going to be giveaway programs, which I don't like anyway. And it certainly puts a bad light, paints a bad picture for the nonprofit groups. That's the bad thing. All of them right now are. Do you trust anybody without having facts? No. The reason the county commissioners, the city council, everybody, they must examine. They must do a thorough examination. They cannot take the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, or anybody else at face value anymore. You don't know. You need proof of what they need and then how they spin it.
Right.
That's the other thing. You've got to have a follow-up. And if they don't have a follow-up, there's where the problem lies. You don't know what they did with the money. But some folks went in and found what they did with the money. They took lavish trips with it. They bought places with it. They spent it on personal stuff. They spent millions and millions and millions of our dollars, and they'll never pay it back.
Yeah, how about you protesters that are standing out there in the sub-freezing temperatures day and night with their little costumes on? Why don't you just go take a trip down the street and look at the lavish homes that some of those people were living in and their fancy cars that they were driving? And why don't you go protest that?
If the governor he's so adamantly opposed to ICE being there, which is adding to the smokescreen. He's telling people, protesters, to go out and take pictures, get up close and personal, irritate, agitate, and interfere with law enforcement. That's what he's done. And the mayor of Minneapolis wants to be the next governor of the great state of Minnesota. He's doing the same thing. Why are they doing this? What is there to hide? Okay, y'all are screaming your heads off.
Shame on you.
the federal government not releasing some files on Epstein because you say it's got big people's names mentioned. It's telling
Oh,
pictures.
yeah.
It's got all of this, but you're screaming for that to be released, but you've got all of this fraud happening in your backyard.
It's called deflection.
It's-
We're going to talk about something else, so
I'm
take the focus off of
I'm
us.
just not sure where you're coming from. ICE is enforcing the laws. Y'all are interfering with it. The governor and the mayor should be held accountable for the deaths of 2 individuals.
Yep.
They encourage these people to get out there and do the things that they're doing. They've encouraged them to get out there and get into ICE's face. I will guarantee you right now, there's one picture that stands in my mind of a uniformed officer, I think it was a state police officer, and a protester with his finger within 6 inches of the officer's face. Do you really need that finger? Would be my only question before I took it off. If he was in my face. Governor, I don't care about you. But would the governor and his detachment of security guards, highway patrolmen generally in most states, would he allow some protester to get in his face? Would they allow a protester to get in his face and shake his finger at him 6-8 inches from his nose? No.
That would be very
slam
difficult.
dunked on the ground. They would be. But you've encouraged, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Governor, you've encouraged the citizens. They might not even be all from Minneapolis or Minnesota, either one. They may be from somewhere else. They're paid to come in from somewhere. I don't know where. I can't imagine that all of those people, or that Minnesota's got that many stupid people.
Well, I'm beginning to think they do. And, Governor, the buck stops with you. And I don't care that you're Democrat or Republican.
No.
The buck stops with you. And you knew this was going on. There was testimony in Congress with several high-ranking people in the government of Minnesota who testified, yes, we've told the governor. He knew about this.
Yes. They knew about it, and they did nothing about it, and they covered it up with a smoke screen.
Exactly right. Same thing going
Bottom
on
line.
in California. In California, you haven't seen anything
Some of the
yet.
people are turning on Newsom there in California.
Oh, yeah, they're turning on him. Oh, sure, they're turning on him.
Oh, my. That might prove to be a...
Well, I know, is it Nick Shirley is back out there in California now. He's the YouTuber that was really responsible for uncovering a lot of that fraud in Minnesota and bringing it to light. In fact, he testified a couple of weeks ago in Congress. And of course, some of the lefters in Congress were saying that he was out there trying to assault the people and trying to cause harm. He did no such thing. If you watch his video, no. But yeah, it just amazes me whenever they have a committee hearing in Congress, the two distinct sides, the right versus the left versus the right. And every time they do have a committee hearing, I don't care what it's about, they start off saying Trump is crooked. Trump had 34 felonies. Everything is Trump's fault.
They don't like Donald Trump.
So tired of it.
Much of it boils back to that. I just, which is,
Yes.
it's, I don't like Donald Trump. He's not coming to my house. I might bring him to an oyster roast, but they're not coming into my house for a dinner. I no reason to do that. Don't want to disrupt my thing that much. He's just not one of the. It's not a friend. It's not the kind of guy I'd pal around with. But there are people out there that I don't like in law enforcement, but they got jobs to do. I'm glad I don't have to do those jobs.
Well, right here, this is the newest in LA right now. LA hospice fraud reaches billions as Medicare providers scam the federal system with fake companies.
Yep.
Ghost patients, sham companies, offshore owners, and corrupt doctors. Auditors and prosecutors say hospice fraud in Los Angeles is off the charts, with providers scamming billions from taxpayers for patients that don't exist, poor care, or no care. Hello, Newsom.
Ma.
The buck stops with you.
Ma.
Once again, I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. The point is, you are governor.
Crooked
The
is
buck
crooked is
stops
crooked.
with you.
Crooked is crooked.
And people want to complain about healthcare being so expensive. This is why healthcare is so expensive. The years and years of fraud.
Tell me why the prices in the supermarkets, some of the prices for some of the products have gone down, but guess what has not gone down in price?
Tell me.
Potato chips and similar stuff.
Tell me no lies. I bought a little bag last week.
$12?
$3.50, almost $4. A little bag.
Yeah. PepsiCo.
Oh
You
my
know,
gosh.
they handle a bunch of brands, okay? They say after so many people have been raising cane with them that they're going to reduce up to nearly 15% the prices of its core brands as soon as this week to address consumer backlash over recent price hikes. The snacks that will see prices lowered include products under its Lay's, Doritos, Cheetos, and Tostitos brands.
Mhm.
I bought a little bag of Doritos. It's whatever they call them. Last week,
You're right.
$4.99.
It's ridiculous.
I could eat it, sit down one time.
And you know what's bad? What's really sad
Well,
is the bag is half air.
yeah, but I got
Half air.
I could eat it, the whole thing, one sitting, all alone.
That was my
Poor Robbie.
my snow.
Food prices
Food?
have remained elevated even as broader inflation has
I'm telling you,
cooled.
yes.
Why is that?
Because these grocery stores and these product
'Cause they
companies,
can.
they know that they're making good money and
And
people been buying it
they're-
regardless, and they're going to keep it that
What
way.
are they going to? What are we going to do about it if the prices still stay up there? We're going to buy the food, aren't we?
That's right. We're still paying for it. We're still buying it.
We're still buying it.
I know I've cut back on a lot of my stuff.
Where
but
are our signs?
We need to protest.
We need to
We need to
organize
get
protest.
some fancy outfits ready.
Listen,
for
I
it.
got some pennies
We
and
can
quarters
dress
over
as
here. I think I got
horse.
6 quarters in my pocket. Y'all want? I'll pay you to protest.
We can dress as a horse and wear a horse suit or something and go out there and protest. How about that?
A horse suit?
Yeah, I mean, the pickle and the dog and the cat's already been taken, and the dinosaur. We'll have to get something different.
How about a shark?
Right. Oh, a shark. I like that. Shark. Yeah,
Jaws.
that would be good.
Jaws is coming to town.
Jaws.
It's coming to
Jaws.
a supermarket near you.
Well, let me see if I can find it. I have so much open. I got some good news yesterday. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Mhm.
announced $100 million program in new grants that are to combat homelessness and opioid abuse recovery programs as part of the nationwide effort to combat the addiction epidemic.
You know, that's cool. But here's my problem.
Let's not have any fraud.
It's another, that's it. There's another program here that are we going to monitor it?
The $100 million program will be distributed. The $100 million will be distributed as part of the new Safety Through Recovery Engagement and Evidence-Based Treatment and Supports Program.
How many people out there with a 10-year-old child, a 15-year-old teenager,
Mm-hmm.
would give them an unlimited amount of funds because they ask for it and they would say, I want to use this for this and this and this and this. But do you know what they did with it? If you don't know what they did with it, then you're asking for trouble.
Well, it's called the Streets Initiative, and it will fund targeted outreach, psychiatric care, medical stabilization, and crisis intervention.
Did you just talk about some of the fake doctors and stuff like that? In this
Medicare,
other?
right?
Yeah. Didn't you
Mhm.
say something about that?
Right. Oh, it's California.
So what is this? Why is this any different?
Yeah, well, the new funding is part of the President Trump's Great American Recovery Initiative. I'm still
Boo-hoo.
waiting for grocery prices to go down. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Lower my grocery prices. But this is a good program if this handled correctly and if somebody oversees it. And
I'll tell you the best thing that we could do this coming spring and summer
Right. What's that?
is we first of all raise your own grocery, raise your own veggies as much as you can.
I'm doing that.
That'll stop you from having to go to the grocery stores to buy it,
I'm
right?
definitely
And
doing
you
that.
can do this as a protest. And if you've got more than you can eat, give them to your neighbors so they don't have to go to the grocery stores. Both of them will impact the grocery stores, right?
Right.
Okay. Then you can go one or two steps even further than that. If you can't raise all that stuff yourself, go to the farmers markets.
Yes.
Every Saturday, there's one here in
Buy
Oslo.
local. Right.
And go to there. They cut out the middleman. But now I'm going to say I'm not that this one is doing it here because I haven't checked it.
Right.
But if you check the prices there and they're just a little bit below what the grocery stores are, then there's something wrong with that. Let them charge what they should be charging at the farmers market. And hopefully that would make the other folks bring their prices down as well.
I'd like to see that farmers market grow a little bit.
So would
the
I.
last time I went, there wasn't hardly any vegetables per se. There were some nice tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it was vendors selling crafts.
Yes.
I would like to see it a full-fledged farmers market with booths.
Kind of like
and
they have in
vendors.
Raleigh.
Yes, where you could buy all sorts of produce and stuff. And I know different times of the season, they do have more stuff depending on the time of the season, like bringing in corn when it's time.
Yep.
But the last time I went to the farmer's market, and I don't mean this to be critical in a negative way, but it was mostly vendors selling crafts.
Yes.
And kudos to them. I'm glad they're out there, making some money. But I'm looking for the big veggie mart. And we used to have them
Now,
Highway 24, Gum Branch Road.
there used to be or there was, and it probably still is there because I used to, I've gone from here to there to buy
Right.
corn
Right.
because they had some wonderful corn, Silver Queen corn. And I would go
Yum.
there when I was going to have a big shrimperoo type thing or something.
Oh, yes.
And I would go buy a bunch of corn so I could cook it because I know how to cook corn. Real.
You're right.
The
Well,
real-
when the weather gets warm, we need to do that. I'll
it's
go
not a
in
problem.
half.
But it's at Surf City.
Right.
The north end of Surf City, south end of North Tops, whatever that location is. And I forgot the name of the people there, but they're great.
Mm-hmm.
Marty wanted to have I think a shrimperoo for one of his fundraisers for Dancing with the Stars one year. And that's what he did. And I did to cook it and raise some money. That was
So
good. And the folks there made arrangements to help me get the corn at a really good price because I got a bunch of corn
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of shrimp. And that's the other thing, maybe
And the small
maybe
little red
if all
potatoes.
those folks and they've got one or two at Sneeze Ferry.
And the onions.
There's midget seafood
Midget
there.
seafood.
They've got some stuff right there on 172.
They have a new one that's open in Surf City. What is the name of that
I don't know.
place?
But fresh seafood from the boats to you directly. Cut out the middle peoples.
Mm,
That would be good.
right.
Used to be able to go down to sometimes if you knew the guys who were going out shrimping, you could buy it directly from the boat,
Yes.
and you could buy it a little bit more than the people who are buying it for their market resale. But there's some people. If you knew people, you could get down there and you could buy it straight from the boat.
Wow, that would be so cool. Yeah. There's a new seafood market. It's in Surf City. And I know the name of it, and I can't think of it right now. If anybody's listening, let me know. Gosh, what is the name of it? And I know it. I just there it is right there. Knocked out my Facebook. Anyway, yeah. I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, interesting. And you bring up seafood.
Mhm.
Do you consider caviar seafood?
Well, I don't like caviar.
No, neither. But McDonald's debuts free caviar kits just in time for Valentine's Day. They said fans love pairing our crispy chicken McNuggets with their favorite caviar. So in honor of the pairing, it is releasing its first ever
Nuggets and caviar.
McNugget
Oh,
caviar.
do you have
kit.
to hold your little pinky up there when you eat that?
The McNugget caviar kit features a 1 ounce tin of McNugget caviar, a $25 arch card.
Stop. What is a 1 ounce tin of McNugget caviar? Well, you got chicken nuggets
Excuse
in there
me.
too, and 1 ounce? That's not a whole lot of anything.
Well, I'm not running right out to get one. Mm-mm.
I
Is
don't
this
even
today's
want one.
news?
I don't want one. It's cat food, isn't it?
Um,
I bet you the cats would love it.
didn't we already have a story about a shooting in Mount Airy? Is this old
We had
news or
some
new
stuff
news?
about Mount Airy. Yes, I don't know what.
Well, oh, this is January 29th.
Oh,
yeah,
that
they
was
just
last week or week before.
they shown it like it just happened. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they do that. Let's see. What else we got going
Oh, yeah,
on?
just
here?
enough time. I want to bring something up about the Jeffrey Epstein files.
Yes.
Oh boy,
It
is
ought to
it
be
making
fun.
headway? Names coming out, but a CBS News contributor, Peter Attia, makes crass comments in the Epstein files, and wasn't he just hired by CBS News? He's a controversial wellness influencer,
Yep.
and he was a recent addition to CBS News, and it looks like he's about to get fired from that job too.
Well, easy come, easy go.
Yeah, but the Epstein file mentions include crude exchanges between Attia and Epstein about female genitalia and emails that suggest the self-proclaimed expert, Peter Attia,
What? Oh.
may have been with Epstein while his wife was alone with their son in a hospital after a near-fatal accident. Other emails suggest the doctor discussed longevity with a financier. Anyway,
Ruh-roh.
yeah, a lot of stuff coming out. This is the latest, and another. I'm sure he'll be fired.
The prince.
Oh, the prince.
The
Yeah, he's
prince.
seen in photos crouching over a woman.
On all fours.
Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Man, now
Jeffrey
he's
Epstein's House of Horrors.
he's former prince now, right?
Yeah, has become his name is Andrew
Yes.
Mountbatten Windsor's,
Yes.
whatever, has become a nightmare for King Charles III and his heir, Prince William, desperately trying to distance themselves from it. Dudes, you ain't got no choice here. He was the prince.
Yeah,
Trouble. The disgraced former royal appears in 3 newly released photographs from the latest batch of files made public by the DOJ in connection with the investigation into the convicted sex offender. You know what, folks? Y'all gonna be really, really disappointed in people that you have revered. Now, I don't put it past anyone.
Yeah, they're showing
know,
pictures of him right now. This
I-
girl is evidently out cold.
Has anybody else around here been up to the island
Not me.
besides me? Anyone else around here?
Better stop.
I have. Robbie and I were right there looking up. I got pictures somewhere of that place.
But you weren't at his place.
I was passed right by it on the water by boat.
Okay.
And the stories of the people on the
If
ferry.
I
on the
see your
boat.
name in these
Oh, that would be
millions
fun.
and millions of pages,
I will be signing autographs, folks. Just bring them on.
You are so bad.
Come on, Jesus.
Yeah, a lot. My favorite race car driver's name was mentioned in it, even though he's never been there. And there was
how did
nothing
his
to it.
name, What do you?
Maybe it was Epstein wanting him to come to the island. I don't know. I don't know.
That
I've
is
not
one of
read
the
it.
things too. You know, a lot of stuff. A lot of people will invite others to be around, so
Mhm.
they can be associating with normal people that are nice people. That I could. I mean, if I could find somebody that was really cool,
It was
dude,
him and another. It was two race car drivers.
and I could just be in their company. I would look better to
Right.
the world, right? If this lowly me was in the company of some other snobs.
Yeah,
I look
it said that the list includes individuals who are allegedly associated with or appeared in proximity
Oh, one of these
to
photographs.
Jeffrey Epstein through flight
Ooh,
records.
Andrew's picture here. One
Yeah.
of them.
I saw him.
Ugh. Ugh.
Just talking about NASCAR real
Ugh.
quick. Don't forget, folks who love NASCAR, that the Clash will be on at 6:00 tonight. It was postponed twice due to snow, and it will be showing tonight at
What's they can't
6
drive?
o'clock.
They can't drive in the snow.
No,
What's the problem?
they'll be flipping, going upside down.
Wouldn't it be
everyone's
fun?
way. Can you drive in the snow?
Yeah. No.
Well, obviously, some
I
people
dri-
here in
I-
Onslow County can't. So.
I've driven my boat in the snow many times and never had a problem with it.
Yeah.
Not many times, a few times.
Well, that Queens Creek had ice over at Emerald the Bridge. There was ice
Yeah, we
in the
had-
water, so it got cold.
My brother-in-law passed away a few years ago, but he and I took the boat out one time over Christmas, right after Christmas when the tide
Mhm.
line was closed. And you know where my boat was docked always down there, right?
Right.
We got down there and just after Christmas, and it was a cold time. And that whole
Yes.
whole harbor where tide line is located, that boat harbor there itself is shallow, and it was iced over. Everything was iced over. Very thin ice, but it was iced over.
Right.
So I started the boat. So shall we go out there? And he asked. I said, absolutely, let's go. I started the boat, and he stood on the back with a big boat hook, breaking the ice as I backed out into the river. I didn't turn it around. I just backed it all the way through
right.
so he could beat the ice, and the prop wash was pushing
Mhm.
the ice around and getting it out of the way. I didn't want the ice cutting the side of the boat. It's thin, but ice could
Be like
cut
the
the gel
Titanic?
coat. Yeah, ice could cut the gel
Like what
coat.
happened to the Titanic?
Not quite. Okay, we
All right.
will be back tomorrow morning,
Yes, we
and
will be.
we'll check with Chris and see how he's doing. And,
Right.
and
And speaking of Chris's, we'll have our fabulous sports editor, Chris Miller, calling in tomorrow with the latest on all things
Whatever.
sports in Onslow County.
Mhm.
And I know that seems like there were some changes made.
I want to know who the lineup's going to be for the
have
Cardinals
to
this
ask
year.
him. I'll have to research
The
that.
offensive lineup. I want to know who they're going to be. I want to
Oh,
know
I
this
was
tomorrow.
told already that it's being rumored that Northside's going to be the team next year to beat. I'm going to ask Chris about that.
We always have a team. All the teams are teams
Well, that's
to beat.
right. Northside will be coming to Jacksonville to play next season. So
We always
you're on home turf
we
now.
always have teams to beat. Every one of them should be a team to beat,
Well, yeah.
as far as
We'll
we're
see.
concerned.
We'll
If
see.
not, you know what?
It's still too
You
early,
take it
but
for granted, and we almost. I mean, we started off one year in
Already.
Swansboro at a game, and I'm like, "What Sam Hill is this about?"
mm-hmm. I'll tell you, we've been to some games over the last
Yeah,
couple of
we
years,
have.
Rayford, where I was really worried. That one at White Oak a couple of years ago
Yep.
had us pacing. Mm.
Yep.
Mm.
We had to call a thunder and lightning storm to.
Yeah, that's right. It was delayed,
we had to
delayed,
wait for an hour in the
delayed.
car for that stuff to go away.
Yes, we did.
We will see you tomorrow morning, y'all. Be
Right.
safe out there. Now, I know all places are open. The roads are semi-clear. Just remember,
Just
the
drive
ice
cautiously.
people out there, the Iceman is out there trying to get those roads completely clear.
Yes.
The garbage people are picking up trash. Don't get in their way, and don't get in a hurry behind them. Let them do their job. And
Absolutely.
otherwise, it's just going to get worse.
By this time next week, we'll be going like, what snow? What snow?
Now I'm going to say, what's next? I want to know, when's the summer going to be here?
Spring is 44 days away.
The real spring
Spring is 44 days away.
or the weather spring?
Let's just say spring is 44
We'll
days
see.
away.
We
What is
will
that,
see you tomorrow
March,
morning.
April.
And again, thanks to my wife for sitting in and taking
Thank you
care
so
of me.
much, Robbie. I appreciate
Babysitting
you.
me for a couple of days this week.
Yes, I appreciate
I
that.
needed it. You're live in local real talk. We're always awake.
Never woke.
Unfortunately. And never woke. I'm gonna go take a nap. See you in the morning. Be safe. Bye.